What's up? I'm John Knoernschild, also known as the Garden Samurai, and in today's video, want to share with you how my wife and I are going to work together on pruning this Japanese maple. So she was like, "Hey, it's all overgrown. I want this thing pruned," and I'm like, "Well, I can come in with my head shears and just like what?" And she said, "No, and it's not what I'm looking for." And that's one type of pruning. So she was thinking of thinning it out and having some stuff. So what are your thoughts? What would you like me to do? Oh, and another thing, I have my garbage can here. I have these type of hand pruners. Those are for shearing back. These are loppers. So
what do loppers do?
well, loppers work on like bigger things in here, but we'll do these demonstration right here. So these are the shears, like if we wanted to kind of just take it back this way. And then you have these type. I know you were wanting to kind of get in here to see how it's all thick and everything. And I think, didn't you say you wanted a couple of these removed? Like, you can't see unless you get right in here. This size here prunes these things here, and depending on how sharp and good your hand pruners are, we'll do this. Then we have our tarp and our bucket. I'm going to just toss these on the tarp. It'll be easier to drag to our compost pile. Then these work with way bigger branches. So as we get in there, what else would you like done here?
Well, I want to see some of the structure of the branches where it comes up, but yeah, just kind of clean it up because it looks like it's very shaggy, and I want it more structured.
Do you want some of this down here lifted off
Yes.
the ground? Okay, so if you get down right in here inside, you can come in and prune these back like this. And sometimes they call that lifting up the skirt. And get in here. Then this here would be a good example of one that's a little bit bigger than my hand pruner. It's kind of right in here, more like a couple inches thick. We could take that out. And as you start to do that, see, you can start to see the inside of the structure here.
Mm-hmm.
I could even take this one out. You thinking that one?
Yeah.
Sometimes they say you need two people to prune like a tree, and one is in the tree pruning it, and then the other one's out looking out. And they say you should never use a husband and wife combination. Haha.
Yeah, but we're good at this.
Yeah, we're pretty good at not getting into too many rip-roaring fights.
So I noticed that there's a hole here. What's the deal
Yeah,
there?
the dog did that.
Oh.
She dug a little hole, and it's her little shade pit there. Do you want this one gone?
I don't think so.
Okay. What's the next cut you want? What are you thinking? Which one needs to go? You want that one? Right. They say you're always safe anytime pruning anything that's dead, diseased, dying, or growing through the center. You're always safe to do that. And it's always good when you're pruning something to step back too and take a look, at the bigger picture.
So what about this shagginess like this? How can I get this to clean that up?
To me, the quickest, easy way, if you do it with your hand pruners, it takes like a lot of time, and and that's if you're being real delicate and pinpointed to exact cuts. But this way here is still kind of the fastest way, I think. And then this here sometimes kind of starts to, you know, round it out, but you know, you can kind of keep your natural. When you use a hard hedge trimmer, it kind of takes away some of the natural look process here. What you think so far?
Good. We just need to get it off the house.
Yeah, anything touching the house is always good. That you get it off there because it rubs against the paint, and insects can get over on it. I know property managers and home inspectors, they really take it seriously when your bushes are up against your house.
So what are you doing there?
I'm just pruning that back. It was a stub that was sticking out, and it's good to prune things back flush. So like here's a really good cut of a detailed cut. So if I just cut it right here, that stub's gonna shoot all kinds of stuff. Plus, this could be potentially dangerous. That's why I'm wearing goggles, because I've actually poked my eye and had to go to the emergency room because something like that was sticking out. And so to make it safe, you come back and you cut it back more flush against the shrub. So safety always.
So what about the back side? Because we see the front, but we see the back side too. So
Yeah.
well, how do we prune the back side?
Well, I'll show you. Is this getting
Yeah,
a little bit?
that looks a
You
lot
can
better.
Start to see how it's opening up and
And the
thing.
branches don't feel so weighted down, because before they were so weighted, they were just kind of flopping.
Yeah.
Now it's lifting it up and be more majestic.
So on the back side, you just come back here.
Beautiful honeysuckle.
Can you hand me those shears, the little silver shears? There. There you go. We found these at a garage sale, so they kind of mean a lot to me. It was a gift from my wife. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do actually.
What was the story about those?
I just found them and I thought, boy, those are hardy. I mean, they're not wood handled, so they probably would last longer.
Yeah, I've never really seen these. I don't even think it has a brand on it, but we've had them for
Ever.
a long time.
Over
We've
20
been married
years.
30 years now. So I've had some shears that, you know, didn't make it. But yeah, you can see here, I don't know if you can tell the cut was made here last year, and kind of through those different things. So some people, you know, they like things full and like the privacy, and other people like things in balls. Some people like them in squares. Some people
Maples in a square? I don't think
yeah, I've seen people who like, you know, squared bushes. I would think if it was a boxwood, that would make sense.
so. Boxwood, yes.
But I've seen some maples made in the squares. The other thing, like, we want to be able to kind of, for security reasons, sometimes it's good to have the bushes down where you can see over them. It's a tough thing because you got security that you want, and being able to see and all that. But then you also kind of have your privacy, and so being able to balance, have harmony with that. And then in here, you can come in and continue to do some more pinning. Really, you can start to see the daylight now.
How often should you prune a maple?
There are different times of year you can prune them. You can prune them in the winter, and obviously, like right now, we're in the Pacific Northwest in Oregon City, Oregon, and it's May, so May, June, and sometimes you can do some summer pruning, but obviously you chose to do the pruning because it got overgrown.
Yeah.
And so that's a good indicator when you feel like it's overgrown. I think there's a spiritual component too. When something feels all overgrown and out of control, then your life feels that way. And part of regaining some peace and harmony in your life is to go pull the weeds and prune things and get them back in a peaceful, non-chaotic way. What are you thinking so far?
I think it looks really good.
You think we're done?
A little bit right in here. Okay. This is why wives, we see where it's really shaggy. Yeah, right
Shaggy?
here.
The Shaggy DA. Remember that movie?
No.
Dog. That was the dog, the Shaggy DA.
No.
And then there's Shaggy, who is in the, Scooby-Doo.
That's what I remember.
Yeah. You know the Shaggy DA, who was the guy that turned into the big white dog?
Yeah, I think that was just called Shaggy Dog.
What is Shaggy DA?
Didn't know you were going to get a lesson on movies.
You never know. Open this one up here too. I think another thing, sometimes people, are afraid that they're gonna prune something wrong or do the wrong cut. But part of life is experimenting, and these things do grow back.
The only wrong cut is if you cut it completely down. Then it's the wrong cut.
Well, if you cut it completely down.
Though there are some bushes we've cut down and they come back.
Yeah, cut to the ground and they just pop.
This one was one that somebody had cut completely down. If you look at the root ball.
Yeah,
they had cut completely back.
If you look at it, it used to have a trunk that was like this big, but it was too close to the house, and then it was cut down, and then it threw up the shoots, and now it's a little more manageable.
So now we just maintain it so it doesn't get so out of control.
Here's our mosaic that I think the kids made this, didn't they?
Yeah, it's down in there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Found a happy little treasure down here. Reminds me of Bob Ross and his happy little trees. Found a happy little treasure. Should I clean the moss off it or leave it on there?
Yeah.
Look at that. Little mosaic.
Kids made that with my mom.
Yeah.
Cool.
This down here is Vinca minor. You don't want too many weeds like ivy and stuff tearing up your
or blackberries.
But yeah, are you able to get right in here and take a kind of a closer look at this here? You can tell they used a chainsaw. See how big right here? they use a chainsaw and cut it into a stump, and then these grew out. Of course, if you do a stump and you want it gone, you pickaxe it, dig it out the hard way. Stump grinder can come in and grind it, and then sometimes people drill like holes and stuff in it and put poison that rots them out. So, what are you thinking?
Looks good.
You think we're
See?
finished?
Isn't that pretty? Honeysuckle.
Is it finito?
Finito.
Why don't you get a further back shot?
Sure. I can. Whoops, almost fell.
I feel like does it really look like you did much?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, I didn't do much, but if you come over here and look at all the cooking, you got it pretty good. And then it's kind of cool when you.
Now our dog's gonna love it. She's gonna get back down underneath there.
Oh yeah,
lay.
we opened it up for the dog, definitely. But you know, she's like our little shady secret spot in here. Now I'll be able to see through the window if someone comes up to the front door.
Love it.
Thank you for watching this video. If it was helpful, please like and subscribe and share.